and welcome back to the Crumpets movie review. I'm Megan Kerwin, and this is my friend Michaela James, and we were lucky enough to attend a sneak preview of the new movie Edge of Tomorrow, which opens Friday, June 6th.
It's based on a Japanese light novel called All You Need Is Kill, and a light novel, I guess, in Japan is what we would call a novella, about 40 to 50,000 words. And it's kind of aimed at your middle schoolers and your high schoolers. I thought that was quite interesting, that those are the kind of things Japanese kids are reading in high school. The rating for this movie is a PG-13. It is non-stop science fiction violence in a war theme. But the violence isn't up-close violence, so there was nothing that really made me kind of, made my flesh crawl. It really is your sort of typical alien versus human, but really nothing too graphic. No sex at all. As far as nudity, there was one time where you saw a man's bottom, but it was in a comedic setting. It wasn't in a sexual setting. As far as the language goes, Tom Cruise did say the F word once, and in graffiti you see B-I-T-C-H. Other than that, hell and damn are about as bad as it gets. What about the acting? What did you think about the acting, Megan?
I thought the acting in this film was actually really good. The two main characters, played by Tom Cruise and Emily Blunt, I thought they were great. Emily Blunt was a very strong female lead, which I really loved.
Yes.
And played very well across from Tom Cruise. And as far as the supporting actors, I thought they were all really well cast.
I agree.
Brandon Gleeson, who's an Irish actor.
Mad Eye Moody, forever for me.
Yeah, one of my favorite British actors. He's great in it. There's Bill Paxton, who plays one of the army.
Hardly recognizable.
He's
Yeah.
brilliant. And,
yes.
Another British Australian actor, Noah Taylor, plays a kind of nerdy data.
The one that figures it all out.
Person, yeah. And,
yes.
They all just inhabit their characters perfectly.
The acting was superb, and Tom Cruise. I mean, we don't need to really push him,
right?
But he's going to be 52 next month, and he can still carry off that role.
He can still pull off the action movie role.
What made this movie special for me, because we've all seen a lot of alien versus human movies, half of them Tom Cruise is in, but it was the writing, Megan. The screenwriter, his name is Christopher McQuarrie, and he did one of my favourite movies, 1995's The Usual Suspects. Love that movie. I thought the writing was just genius.
Brilliant.
He also did Jack Reacher. He did Valkyrie, which was a great movie, great war movie. Tom Cruise again. There's a theme here. His writing, I think, is what set this apart from other alien-type movies. It was so clever. A lot of similarities, clever similarities, to the Second World War. The Normandy invasion, the Battle of Dunkirk. You really sense that, don't you, Megan? And I'm sure it was intentional. I thought another kind of ironic thing was the first country to be invaded was Germany.
Yeah, kind of an interesting flip.
Yes. So his writing was so good. The humour in this movie again sets it apart.
And it's not like they're trying to be funny, it's just comedy that arises out of a natural situation. They're not trying to push any kind of funny lines or something. It's just people reacting in a situation, and it comes across as
and it was
funny.
Subtle humour, but it made you laugh out loud. I'm English, I never laugh out loud.
One thing that I really did like about this film was its similarities to the film Groundhog's Day. It's very much a similar plot. The main character gets stuck in a time loop and keeps repeating the same day over and over again, but it never gets stagnant or boring. Even though they show same things happening, the story grows very naturally.
I agree.
And nothing gets boring, like I said.
I think that's largely in part to the editing. The editor is James Herbert, and I think he did such a fantastic job of editing so that each repeat scene we see has a really specific purpose.
Right.
And no, you don't ever get bored. It's just clever. But it did kind of remind me of housework, Megan, just like over and over and over. Also, practice makes perfect. He really, yes.
He learns each time he redoes this amount of time. He learns something new and is
better and better. It is a perfect example of if you do something enough,
then you get to be an expert.
So we're just really giving you the skinny on this one because, as Megan said, we were fortunate enough to see a sneak preview of this movie. PG-13, just under 2 hours long. I would feel fine taking your children that are used to this kind of movie with the alien type violence.
Right.
I really don't think you're going to be too upset with what you see here. I think kids and adults will thoroughly enjoy it. It's action-packed, the writing's superb, the humour was great. It's really just, it sets itself apart from your typical science fiction alien movie.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as Crumpets, how many would you give it, Nick?
I think I would give it 3 crumpets.
Okay, and I'm going to give it 4.